रिलेटेड टू फेमिनिन मैस्कुलिन, वो मैं आपसे कब पूछूं, उसका थोड़ा सा मुझे कंफ्यूजन है, प्रोकन प्लूरल उसमें।
जी जी बिल्कुल, ऑफ कोर्स।
वो किस टाइम पे हम डिस्कस करें, एंड पे?
जब कहें आप एंड पे कर लें,
चलो ठीक है।
रुक जाइएगा। ठीक है जी, चलें स्टार्ट करते हैं। बिल्कुल बेसिक से स्टार्ट करते हैं। इदाफा। अच्छा, इदाफा सबसे पहले, जैसे तलहा ने भी बोला है, इट्स अ फ्रैगमेंट। फ्रैगमेंट जो होता है एक सेंटेंस का पार्ट होता है। मैं सेंटेंस लिखता हूँ, फॉर एग्जांपल, माय फ्रेंड अली हैज अ कार, ठीक है। द कार ऑफ अली इज फास्ट। वन डे द कार ऑफ अली banged into the car of Ahmad and so on so forth, ठीक है। अब इसके अंदर ये पूरा मैंने एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट लिखा है इंग्लिश में, सही है। अब इसका जो लास्ट सेंटेंस है, ये एक सेंटेंस एक पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन देता है, कंप्लीट इंफॉर्मेशन। द कार ऑफ अली बैंग इनटू द कार ऑफ अहमद। लेकिन अगर मैं इसमें से एक फ्रेगमेंट निकाल दूं, कार ऑफ अली, is it telling you the complete information, what happened to the car of Ali, why the car of Ali, what about it? It's not. ये car of Ali is one fragment, ठीक है। the car of Ahmad is another fragment, right? और इसके बाद जो बीच में चीजें हैं, बैंग इनटू वगैरह, ये सब चीजें, ये अलग चीजें बाद में करेंगे हम, ठीक है। कार ऑफ अली एंड कार ऑफ अहमद, ये दो आपको पोजेसिव रिलेशनशिप्स बता रहे हैं, ऑफ रिलेशनशिप्स। ये दो रिलेशनशिप्स आपके इदाफाज हैं। एक सेंटेंस के अंदर मल्टीपल इदाफाज हो सकते हैं और मल्टीपल डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फ्रेगमेंट्स हो सकते हैं, जो भी हमने नहीं पढ़े, हम पढ़ेंगे आगे आगे, ठीक है। तो इस बात को क्लियर रखें कि एक इदाफा जो है, दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू गिव यू अ कंप्लीट इंफॉर्मेशन, इट इज ओनली गोइंग टू गिव यू अ पार्ट ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन, एंड इट इज गोइंग टू बी पार्ट ऑफ ओवरऑल सेंटेंस। एक तो ये पॉइंट क्लियर रखें अपने माइंड में। दूसरा, एक बात ये भी क्लियर रखें, एन आया is not necessarily really a sentence. एक आया एक सेंटेंस होना जरूरी नहीं है। एक सेंटेंस कैन स्पैन अक्रॉस मल्टीपल आयास, और एक आया के अंदर भी मल्टीपल सेंटेंसेस हो सकते हैं। वो आपको उस वक्त समझ आएगा जब आप सेंटेंसेस को पढ़ेंगे। वी हैव नॉट लर्न सेंटेंसेस येट, सो यू डोंट नो, बट द ओवरऑल कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ एन आया इज नॉट इक्वल टू द सेंटेंस, ठीक है। And what I'm saying is, ayah can have multiple sentences, and multiple ayahs can also make multiple sentences, a single sentence, ठीक है। One ayah can imply multiple sentences, multiple ayahs or x ayahs can imply one sentence. That's what I'm saying, ठीक है। इस चीज को ध्यान में रखें। अभी हम कर रहे हैं इदाफा, which is a fragment, and when we say fragment, it's a part of a sentence, and idafa is all about the of relationship. To start with, of course, the most fundamental definition of idafa is of relationship. अब इसमें हमने 3 टाइप्स पढ़ी थी। उन टाइप्स पे आने से पहले एक और रिमाइंडर दे देता हूं मैं आपको। इदाफा एक ऐसा फ्रेगमेंट है दैट ऑलवेज हैपन बिटवीन टू isms, always constructed between two isms. It cannot be between a fail and a ism, harf and a ism. It will always be between ism and ism. That's what idafa is, right? It's purely an ism based fragment. नॉट हर्फ बेस्ड, नॉट फेल बेस्ड। ठीक है। अच्छा, मैं उर्दू इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि अंकल नहीं है आज, राइट? आई होप दैट्स ओके। ठीक है ना, मिक्सअप होता जाएगा। अंकल होते हैं तो फिर मैं उनकी वजह से कर लेता हूँ इंग्लिश। बट अंकल, इफ यू आर लिसनिंग टू दिस लेक्चर, प्लीज सॉरी, it's being recorded, so I've started in Urdu this time. I know you understand that as well. अच्छा, ठीक है, यहाँ तक क्लियर है everything? No magic here. Now let's look at the construction of the idafa. So the first category of idafa is between two isms, between two normal isms. ये आप लोगों को काफी हद तक क्लियर होनी चाहिए। इसके ऊपर इसका इदाफा का एक प्रिंसिपल रूल हमने पढ़ा था, जो कि मैं लिख देता हूँ, लाइट नो अल and then followed by jar. That's a principal rule of idafa. The first part of this rule, light no al, it applies only to the first part of idafa, which is mudaf. It applies to mudaf. And the last part, followed by jar, is applying to mudaf ilay. इस बात को ध्यान में रखना है। तो जो जर, जब किस चीज को जर होने की जरूरत है? जो मुदाफ इलैह है। और किसको लाइट एंड नोअल होने की जरूरत है? जो मुदाफ है। ठीक है, सो कंबाइंड इफेक्ट विल फॉर्म द इदाफा। हम अपनी टिपिकल एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं। रसूल, रसूलन और अल्लाह ही, अल्लाह। ठीक है, अब इसके अंदर हमने कहना है द मैसेंजर ऑफ अल्लाह। सो द फर्स्ट पार्ट, द पार्ट बिफोर ऑफ is the mudaf. Write it down here. Is the part before of, and the part after of is mudaf ilayh. ठीक? So if you have to say messenger of Allah, so the word messenger is the part before of, meaning it has to be mudaf. So rasulu, rasulun has to be mudaf. और इसके ऊपर कौन सा रूल अप्लाई हो रहा है? Light and noal, light and noal. It must be light and noal. So I would make it light. How do I make it light? I kill the tanween and I make it a single accent. Basically noon sound या n sound खत्म करनी है मुझे। तो ये रसूल मेरा बन गया मुदाफ। Now it is a potential mudaf, because if I have to prove that these two words are forming idafa, it must have a mudaf ilay, which is the word after of. Right? Unless I find that, I can't say it's a idafa. So I went to the other word. Now the other word is in the rafa state. It's marfu. So to make it a mudaf ilay, what would I do? Make it jar. Right? Or just make it jar. Rasul Allahi is now an idafa, which means messenger of Allah. That's how we constructed the idafa between normal isms. These both are normal isms, known isms, the way any normal ism would work. ठीक है, यहाँ तक clear है बात? Anything, any confusion there? No? ठीक है। The second category हमने पढ़ी थी, that was between that was with pronouns. That's where I think confusion started to happen. Okay? Now, पहले हमने जो construction की है, that was messenger of Allah. This time I want to construct his messenger. His messenger, which actually in a bad English, messenger of his. Right? So you know the word messenger is before of and the word his is after of. Arabic में messenger का word हमें पता है, right? रसूलुन, और his basically एक pronoun है which is हमें his का जो nearest pronoun है, his is a masculine singular pronoun. That's what we know, right? A masculine singular pronoun is huwa in Arabic.
Yeah.
Huwa in Arabic. The standard form, rafa form उसकी हुआ है, right? अब इन दो words के साथ हमें ये construction करनी है. So because the messenger of Allah, messenger has to be mudaf, I will make it light and I will make it with no al. So I'm going to kill the double accent and I'm going to make it light. Rasulu. Now it's a potential mudaf. Still need to prove it is actually an Idafah fragment. The second part is followed by jar. Now, हुआ का status क्या होता है?
Rafa.
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 Huwa is an independent pronoun and they are always and always rafa. So I cannot attach huwa directly, right? I can't use huwa. I need a jar form of huwa. What is the jar form of huwa?
Who or he?
Or he.
Who or
Or
he.
he.
Or
That's the jar form of huwa, right? Now the question is, I have attached the jar form, but I do not know what haraka to give. Right now, I don't know which one because there are two. So uske liye, what I do is I go one step back and I see what haraka was before. Unless it's a ya or an e, I would give it a hu. Right? So the term Rasuluhu is his messenger. It's a Idafah fragment where you have Rasulu and his is the attached hu.
Doctor, can you repeat this one? Ya and E was what are the? Can you write those two characters? Ya and E. So then
Let's say the word Rasulu was not word Rasulu, rather it was word Rasula. Okay?
right. Okay.
Instead of that. If this was the case, you would still give it hu. Right? However, if, for example, the word was Rasuli, because there is an E sound before it, you're going to give it Rasulihi.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Because for Arabs, the rhyme is very important. You can give Rasulahi, but it doesn't sound normal. It's too much work in the mouth for them. Right? Just like that, Rasulihu is also not really sounding normal. For them, it's important. So many times, either it's a kasra before the attached pronoun, or it's a letter ya before the attached pronoun. That results in the he in the end. That's what I'm saying. Clear है यहाँ तक? अब देखते हैं, हमने बनाना है, for example, the house, your house, plural, your house. I'm talking to plural, many people. Okay? Your house. So the Arabic of house, you should know, is baitun. Baitun. Okay? And what is the plural pronoun for your, the second person plural masculine? That's what I'm after.
Antuma.
No, it's a key. Second person.
You all
plural.
masculine.
Okay. You all. Whom or kin?
मैं attached pronoun नहीं पूछ रहा, मैं independent pronoun पूछ रहा.
Okay.
Antuma.
Antuma.
Antum.
Antuma? Antuma or antum?
Antum is you all.
Antum.
Right? Antum.
Antum.
Antum. Now this your is going to be represented by some form of antum, right? And baitun is house. Now check this out. So how do I make baitun a mudaf? Can you help
By
me?
removing tanween.
By
Single
removing the
accent.
tanween. So it's going to become baitun. Right? Everyone with me?
Yeah.
Good. Now I want to use your. Your is an attached pronoun of you, plural, which is antum. Right? What is the attached form of antum?
Kum.
Kunna.
Kum. So I'm going to attach kum. Yeah. Now, what is the status of kum? This case, mein?
It's nasab jar. It will be
It
nasab.
will be jar or nasab.
Nasab or jar.
In this case, it will be jar because it's
Correct.
attached.
That's
Yes.
what I want to hear. Although you're right, it has either nasab or jar, but in this case,
Okay, it's
what is mudaf
It will
ilay?
be jar.
Always jar, right? It is a mudaf ilay. That's why
Yes,
it's
followed
jar.
by jar.
Right? Baytukum. It's your house. I mean, you're talking to multiple people. Yeah. You have the same challenge, and you want to say your for example, feminine. So, what's the independent pronoun of feminine? Your, you all, plural.
antum. Antunna.
Kunna.
Yeah, okay. Antunna. Okay. Now, what is the attached form of Antunna?
Kunna.
Kunna.
तो बैतु उसी तरह हमने like Noel मुदाफ बना दिया, ठीक है? And then we attach kunna. बैतु kunna, meaning your house. Now you're talking to multiple women, right? Let's say I want to do my house. My house. So I'm talking about myself. So I'm looking for first person singular pronoun, independent. What is it? First person singular.
Ana.
Ana. ठीक हो गया? I pick up Baitu again. I know now Baitu is a potential mudaf. It's light and it has no al. So what pronoun should I attach in the end to make it my house?
Ye
Yeah,
or
yeah,
ni.
yeah, or ni. But in this case, it will be yeah because it will be it's jar.
Correct.
Ya is
Because the ana has either ni or ya, two pronouns, attached form, right? And we said ye is used for jar and ni is used for nasab.
nasab.
So we're going to attach baiti. When we attach ya, can you read this baitui? How would you read it? It doesn't really make sense when you read it. So for Arabs, they just kill this dhamma and they attach a baiti. But still, the word baitu is rafa in the case. Okay, it just doesn't show it syntactically, script wise. Okay, my house. Let's do. House of them both feminine. Them both feminine. Two, third person feminine. What is the pronoun? Independent.
Antuma.
Antuma.
Third person.
Third person. Okay. Third person singular feminine. Sorry for
Dual. Pair.
do a huma.
Huma. How can you guys forget Huma? Huma has been the most popular pronoun.
It's Ramzan. It's Ramzan.
Shamsbai is not here.
Ramzan. Ramzan.
Right. Okay. All right. Baitu is mudaf, light, no al. And now I'm looking for an attached form of huma to attach as jar. What would it be?
Huma.
Huma.
It's still huma, right? Now, can I say it's hima?
You can, but it doesn't make sound.
Yeah, it's not normal for Arabs. right? So they would always give it a dhamma because there is a dhamma before it. If it would be baiti, then you would say baitihima, right?
Hmm.
You get the idea?
Hmm.
That's idafa with pronouns. Okay. Let's do one more. I'm after first person, dual or plural. What is the independent pronoun? First person.
نحن.
Nahnu. Very good. Nahnu. Okay. Now I want to say our house. Our house. Baitu. What is the attached form of nahnu? Which should be in jar?
No.
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 Baituna. Our house. So what you're doing, you're applying the same principle, light no'al followed by jar. Light no'al followed by jar. You're applying that same principle and you're getting the idafa constructed. That's idafa with pronoun. Okay, there's nothing more to it. That's what it is. And इसमें एक principle आपको बताया था मैंने कि whenever a pronoun is attached to an ism, it is always jar. Whenever a pronoun is attached to an ism, it is always jar. It can never be nasab when it is attached to an ism. Okay? Neither can it be rafa. Does it help?
Absolutely.
डॉक्टर साहब सॉरी मेरा वो I lost the connection there. तो ये जो बैतुहुमा it will be the same for pair, both male and female, masculine and
Correct.
feminine. Huma.
Correct.
Correct.
And you will only be able to differentiate when you look at the wider part of the ayah, remaining part of the ayah. कि ये feminine है या masculine की बात हो रही है. Okay. Right? Clear, folks?
In format, we have only done jar form of attached ism, right? Not the nasab form. We haven't done the nasab form of attached ism yet. We'll do it later.
No, we have done all forms of attached isms.
No. The nasab, like, because you said it can be nasab or it can be jar.
Correct.
We have
In
done like
idafa,
this one.
In idafa, it's always.
When it's about idafa, it's always jar. Okay. So, but what I said that, for example, a pronoun who or he can be nasab or jar. That's what I said, right? When you attach them in an idafa, with an ism, they will always be jar. But the same pronouns will be used for nasab as well. That comes later.
Yeah, that comes later. That we haven't done, right?
Gee, that we
Yeah.
haven't done yet. How
Yes,
they
sir.
become nasab. Yeah.
Nasab, yes.
Any questions on the pronouns with idafa? Clear? आगे बढ़ जाए?
Yes.
ठीक हो गया. Now, the previous topic we did was idafa with special mudafs. Okay? Idafa with special mudafs. Now, अभी तक जो आपने pronoun idafa किया, इसमें there were two isms, Rasulullahi, and there was an off relationship in the middle. Then you did Baytuna, house of ours or our house. There's still a off relationship, kind of invisible off relationship between them. But idafa with special mudaf does not necessarily give you the off relationship. They're special isms, and these special isms always come as mudafs. Always come as mudafs. So whenever you spot these isms in the Quran, they will always have some mudaf ilay after it. And if they don't have a mudaf ilay, they operate differently. That's something we'll do later. But right now, whenever you see these isms, they are going to be always and always mudafs. So I'm going to list those isms down. Inshallah, I'll try my best to do it in a way that you remember them as much as possible. So let's do the following. कुछ isms दूंगा मैं आपको. Fauka. Fauka. Fauka means above. Okay. Fauka. If I take the same ism and if I say Faukakum, who can translate this for me?
Above you all.
Above you all.
Above you all. Right? Above you all. Is there an off relationship? No. Right? You don't see that off relationship. So they don't give you the meaning of that off relationship, but they still construct the Idafah. Now, at this point, I must also mention to you that for jar, you have always learned that jar is an ism that is after off. Now you graduate out of that definition. Now you see that isms can be jar even when they are not after off. So a more mature definition of an ism that is in jar is one category of it is an ism is jar when it is a mudaf ilay. That is a wider, broader definition. Whenever it's a mudaf ilay, it's going to be jar. If I had told you this definition in the first class, you wouldn't be sitting in this class. Right? Now you're graduated, now you know. So ism is jar when it is a mudaf ilay. That's one reason ism can be jar. There are basically two reasons overall in the Quran, in the entire Arabic. Two reasons why isms are jar. One of them I just told you. Isms are jar when they are mudaf ilay. Okay. So now that is the first special mudaf. We call it special mudaf because it is by default light and it has no al and it always comes as a mudaf. It always shows up as a mudaf in the Quran. It always needs that mudaf ilay. Okay. Let's do the opposite of above. The opposite of above is below. Right? And below is tahta. Tahta. Below. Okay. Now, if I say tahtiha, can anyone translate it?
Below you, female, feminine.
Ha, which independent pronoun is related to ha? What is the independent form of ha?
Here.
Here. So
She.
Below her. Like.
Below her or below it. Now
Okay.
I should give you another piece of information. The huwa and here. The huwa and here, they both can be used for it as well. Okay? Because there is no specific pronoun for it. You have read many times in the Quran, tahtihal anhar. Right? Tahtihal anhar. That's how it is written. Okay. Al-anhar. Tahtiha al-anhar. You know what is anhar? Nehre, rivers. Tahtiha al-anhar, below it, the rivers flow. You've read it many times in the Quran, right? It's one of the easier terms to memorize as well. So it appears so much in the Quran that even if you are not a memorizer, hafiz, you just know this, right? So tahtiha al-anhar, so below it, the rivers flow. So basically, that's what it is.
Doctor, there was you shared a rule that Sukoon will not be at the end of something. So anhar is isn't
I
it's
just
a
didn't
sukoon
write
on ra?
No, it should not be. I just did not type it out of rush. Harhu,
Okay.
Hara, Hari, whichever you want.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Would be Haru. Tahti hal anharu. Okay. Default status. So now you see, things will start to come together. So you now see a broken plural in this statement. You see an attached pronoun. You see a special mudaf. And all three of these words come together to give you a meaning. Below it, the rivers flow. Now, just a quick test. Fauka. What was the fauka? Meaning?
Above.
Above.
Above. And what was the opposite?
Tahti.
Tahti.
Below.
Tahti. Okay, you've nailed down two. Okay? It's just 18 next to go.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no rush. If we in the next 5 classes just do this, I'm happy with that. There is no rush. Absolutely no rush. The objective is that you understand it, really. Okay? Yeah, that's the objective. So, Fauka and Tahta, two special mudafs. Now I'll take another one. As Urdu speakers, you should be able to tell me what this means.
Before.
Before, right? And the opposite of qabla,
After. Bada.
ba'da.
Qabla al-maut, ba'd al-maut.
Correct.
Indal mouth. Is indal is also mudaf?
Inda is mudaf. Inda.
Inda.
We'll come to that. Qabla, ba'da. Take it. Easy. They're just opposites. Fawqa, tahta, qabla, ba'da. 4 special mudafs. Okay. स्पेशल मुदाफ कौन से हैं 4? याद करा के जाऊंगा ये 4 में आ जाता
Fawqa tahti qabla ba'da.
फौका तहता qabla ba'da. Right? With meanings. Guys, with meanings. इसका क्या मतलब था?
Fawqa above, tahti below.
मैं बल्कि बोल देता हूँ यार. What was qabla?
Before.
Before. Tahta.
Below.
Below. Ba'da. After. And fawqa?
Above.
Above.
वकास भाई आपका रट्टा रह गया है.
हाँ भाई
जी.
सीक्वेंस चेंज हो गई. माशाल्लाह से आपकी ना मेमोरी बहुत तेज है.
Tahta आपने कहा था tahta is before, right? Sorry, below. Tahta.
Below.
But in tahti hal anhar, why do we change it to from tahta to tahti?
Oh.
It's
Yeah, there could be many reasons जो कि आपने भी नहीं पढ़ी नहीं. For example, there could be a word before it, like fi. Oops. Maybe I should make it very simple for you. There's a word fi that could come before it, that can change it to jar. There's a word min that can come before it, that can make it to jar. I just chose one of the status.
Okay.
You can just stay like this. Tahta hal anhar is also fine.
Okay, so there are like nasab, jar, rafa form for all of these special mudafs as well.
Special mudaf, it's a good question. These special mudafs, you will not find them in rafa.
Okay, so only nasab and jar.
They are majority of the time will be in nasab and sometimes in jar.
Okay.
Okay? And why you don't find them in rafa, we'll do that when we do sentence structures.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
you said nasab majority, right?
Yeah, mostly you will find nasab. Sometimes you also find in jar. but it's very rare you find in Rafa. An interesting thing about these special mudafs is even if you find them in a Rafa form, they actually are not considered Rafa grammatically. We'll do that later on, quite later on in our studies. So don't worry about that. If you find somewhere qablu, right, don't worry about it. It's still the same qabla.
Okay.
Okay.
टोटल 20 है. How many there total आपने बताया था?
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸਰ 50 ਹੋਵੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਠੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ
तुम्हारी मेमोरी बड़ी चंगी है ना
और ना करो सर. डॉक्टर साहब आपने वही बात की ना 2
सर
घंटे बाकी रहेंगे
सर ये रोजे थोड़ी है स्पेशल मुदाफ है खत्म हो जाएंगे ये फिक्र ना करें.
सर उससे याद आया वो पहले रोजे किसी ने शेयर किया हुआ था कि पहला रोजा हो गया 29 रह गए पता भी नहीं लगा.
But I think I mean आपके जो नोट्स हैं उसमें 15 है लेकिन ओवरऑल जो मुझे पता है वो 20 है. ठीक है. So we'll stick with your notes first. We'll make sure that you really get them and then we'll move anywhere forward. ठीक है. ठीक है. अब आ जाते हैं 4 मिनट रह गए. चलो खल्फा behind. Khalfa is behind. And there is a brother of Khalfa. There is a brother of Khalfa. I'm going to write that as well. That is Wara. Not Wara. That is Wara'a. And Wara'a, although in your notes, I think it also says behind, and there could be other meanings written as well. It is most used like far behind, not just behind. It is for a greater distance, either physical or in terms of time. Okay? They both mean behind basically. Khalfa and Wara'a. ओके कौन बता रहा है सारे मुझे स्टार्ट हो जाओ.
I'll give a go.
Go ahead.
Fauka, above. Tahti, below. Kabala. Tahta या tahti? Tahta.
Take a nasab as a default status as much as
Okay.
you can.
Tahta below. Kabala before. Ba'da after. And the last two जो भी आपने बताया वो है वरा और
Alfin.
Khalfa. Khalfa.
Khalfa and वरा.
Khalfa.
Behind and far.
जी किसी और ने ट्राई करनी है एक दफा ये बस बड़े आगे.
I can try.
जी सोहेब.
Fauka, above, tahta, below, qabla, before, ba'da, after, wara, behind or far behind. The other one was khalfa behind, and
Very good. I'll give you almost the opposites of these two as well. Khalfa and Wara'a. Okay. So the first one is Amama. Amama means in front of. Okay. In front of. Then you have qaddama, which means right in front of. Right in front of. ठीक हो गया? Amama, in front of, qaddama, right in front of. Okay, आपके notes में in your coursework you may have some other meanings as well, because there are situations where these words are used a little differently, and inshallah when we do more detailed sentence structures and all of that, these things will become clear more. जो भी आपको definition मैं बता रहा हूँ ना यहाँ पे, keep it as a 90% definition. The meaning. There is always a 10% fluctuation. It's a language after all. It's like saying he is deep asleep. He is sound asleep. What's the difference?
Almost the same.
Second one sounds better.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, in all languages, you use different words differently. I mean, आप एक literature expert से पूछेंगे, he will probably tell you the difference. But as a normal English speaker, you might not notice, or it might be safe, right? So just like that. So sometimes khalfa is used, sometimes wara is used, but I'm trying to give you a more clearer difference. So when the distance is in terms of time or physics long, then it's wara'a. When you're right in front of, then it's qaddama. When you are in front of, that could be distant as well, then it's amama. When you are behind, which could also be close, then it's khalfa. अच्छा, ये सारे जो है आपके नोट्स में यहाँ मौजूद हैं. I don't know which page was it. Show that.
It's 22.
ठीक है, तो इसमें काफी तो हमने आज टच किए हैं. फौका कर लिया, तख्ता कर लिया, बादा कर लिया, कबला कर लिया, अमामा, खल्फा, वरा, कद्दामा, ये सारे कर लिए. ठीक है, ये जो बाकी रह गए हैं, इंशाल्लाह इसको हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में कर लेंगे. Your objective is that at least these ones, just completely kill them. Make sure that you have them on your fingertips. ठीक है, and don't worry about कितना रह गया, कितना है. Let's not look at that. We'll go with our own pace, whatever works for this group, and inshallah go slowly, but we'll do it right. बाकी जो इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट सेशन में हम ये कवर करेंगे, एंड इंशाल्लाह टेक थिंग्स फ्रॉम देयर. सही है?
फॉर भाई क्वेश्चन है एक, ये प्रोनाउंस तो नहीं है, राइट?
नहीं, these are special मुदाफ्स. ये isms हैं, प्रॉपर isms हैं. Of course pronoun are also isms. These are isms, but they are special. They are special because they always come as mudafs, and they always require a mudaf ilay. That's the speciality about these isms.
And
But
the
they are
mudaf
normal isms.
and the mudaf ilay will be attached pronoun with them.
Not
Or
necessarily.
it can be,
It could be
Not
attached
necessarily.
pronoun,
it
it could be
something
anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, I have one question. So
जी.
let's take the type, the common and the proper. Is the mudaf ilay actually dictate the property of the mudaf, correct?
Correct.
Is there other things as well, like plural? The number will also dictate the other number. The gender will also. It's not necessary. It's only the type which will dictate it.
Yes, it's a
Okay.
type. Right? चले, ठीक है. जी उमर भाई.
एक दफा फिर आपने कहा ये स्पेशल जो है हमेशा मुदाफ इलाही होते हैं, राइट?
ये जो वर्ड्स आपको बताए ना सारे इधर, ये सब मुदाफ्स होते हैं.
Mudaf.
They're called special मुदाफ्स.
अच्छा, मुझे लगा आपने कहा
और
इलाही-
मुदाफ
मुदाफ इलैह जो है, will whatever ism is attached to it, it can be a pronoun or it can be a normal ism, that would be मुदाफ इलैह,
जी जी.
and it will be in jar. जैसे हमने ये किया फौका कुम, would be, for example, it could be fawqakum, or let me just give you another example. It could be fawqa baiti. Fawqa baiti. बल्कि इसको मैं इस पर कर
Above
देता हूँ.
his baytuhu.
I'll make it al. Okay. That would be above the house.
Yes.
Right? So in the first case, it's a pronoun, which is mudaf ilayh. In the second case, it's a normalism that's a pronoun.
Yes.
Umar bhai, it's called mudaf because it's always come first in the fragment. That's called, it's called special mudaf. So it's easy to remember. That's the first thing.
That's a good.
Yeah, that's why I understand your problem, and that's why I said it's called special mudaf because it doesn't show any off relationship, but it's mudaf in the Idafah fragment. It's mudaf. It means that it will always come first before ism.
Correct.
That's
फाद भाई आपके पास टाइम होगा वो डिस्कस करने के लिए ब्रोकन प्लूरल का छोटी सी चीज उसमें कंफ्यूजन मुझे ये आ रही थी ब्रोकन प्लूरल जब हम कर रहे थे उसमें हम उसको ट्रीट करते थे सेपरेटली लाइक इट कैन बी ट्रीटेड एज सिंगुलर फेमिनिन फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ मस्जिद मसाजिद सो मसाजिद वी कैन टेक सिंगुलर फेमिनिन राइट लेकिन उसकी जो बेस फॉर्म है मस्जिद उसको हम कैसे ट्रीट करेंगे मैं उसमें थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हो रहा था कि उसको आप मतलब मैस्कुलिन में लोगे या उसको फेमिनिन में लोगे तो उसका कोई होगा और उसका जो मतलब डुअल फॉर्म है पेयर फॉर्म है उसको मतलब आप किस तरह से कहोगे या सिर्फ आप ब्रोकन प्लूरल को ट्रीट ही सेपरेटली करते हो बाकी सबसे
मस्जिदन मस्जिदन मस्जिदिन ये मुस्लिम चार्ट पे अप्लाई होता है मस्जिदुन मस्जिदन मस्जिदिन.
yes.
Is it a masculine Muslim chart or feminine? Masculine. So you will treat them just like that. Normalisms, right? Masculine Muslim chart type of treatment. Masculine and singulars. Then you have masjidani.
Masjidaini, masjidaini, masjidaini.
Masjidaini. And masjidaini again. So this is a dual form, the pair. Is it still masculine?
Yes.
Yes. So you still treat it as masculine and pair.
Okay.
Right? It's just like that. But when you come to plural, you make it masajid. That's where the problem comes.
Yes.
Masajidun, masajidan, and masajidin. Right?
Yes.
When this happens, you have actually destroyed the constitution of the Muslim chart. Right?
Okay.
So वोकला मूवमेंट की यहाँ पे जरूरत है हमें.
Okay.
सड़कों पे निकलना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? तो जब आपने डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को, then the Muslim chart rule will not apply.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Then you apply a broken plural rule, and it's a non-human broken plural, therefore singular feminine.
Yeah, feminine. So it doesn't matter कि वो singular और pair में masculine है या feminine है. जब आप broken plural पे आ जाते हैं तो आप उसको separately entire मतलब completely आप उसको leather से treat करेंगे feminine और masculine में.
बिल्कुल. These words are not dependent on each other. There is no dependency as such.
Okay. And one last, so there is no plural like masjiduna. That will be wrong. There is not. It's only masajid. Okay. Okay. Okay.
एक बात और याद रखें, जो masculine Muslim chart है, that is used for people. That's for people. Every chart, every word that fits completely in the masculine Muslim chart that reflects people. Alimun, aliman, alimin, alimani, alimaini, alimaini, alimuna, alimina, alimina. Alim is a person.
Okay. So it's only the
right?
things.
It's for the person. Things will not fit on the masculine Muslim chart.
On the masculine Muslim. Okay. Okay.
Or kuch? Any other question?
And a broken plural, which is from the our human category, which we call punch, can be singular feminine, or we can assign what in reality they are. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Any other question? I have no problem in staying. I'm Farid Agni and I will stay here. ठीक है, मुझे कोई जल्दी नहीं है, मुझे सिर्फ मेरी नेक्स्ट क्लास 11:30 बजे, उससे पहले तक आपने जो यूज करना है कर लें. I'm happy to be here and answer any questions.
No, I think it's clear. Main मुझे प्रॉब्लम ये आ रही थी कि मसाजिद अगर हम फेमिनिन ट्रीट कर रहे हैं तो उसका जो सिंगुलर और पेयर है उसको हम कैसे ट्रीट करेंगे, वहां पे थोड़ी सी कंफ्यूजन हो रही थी, मिक्सअप हो रहा था. लेकिन अब क्लियर है कि वो जस्ट ब्रोकन प्लूरल की जो फॉर्म है सिर्फ हम उसको थोड़ा सेपरेट ट्रीट करते हैं, अदरवाइज इट रिमेंस द सेम.
जी बिल्कुल ठीक है. Assalamualaikum Farhan, I just saw you joined.
Walaikum salam, sahab. I totally forgot to timings in Ramzan, you know.
हाँ कोई मसला नहीं है, रिकॉर्डिंग्स है if you want to watch.
Yeah.
कैसे चल रहा है रमजान? ठीक ठाक?
बहुत अच्छा चल रहा, अल्लाह का शुक्र है. और
वेरी गुड.
मेरे ख्याल में काफी चीजें, बट स्टिल आई थिंक चीजों को सामने रख के ही आई एम डूइंग इट, बिकॉज विदाउट द सपोर्ट ऑफ द नोट्स थोड़ा सा भी डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है.
हाँ इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड यार, पर हाँ ऐसे ही होगा, काफी ऐसे तक ऐसे ही चलता है और उसके बाद फिर इंशाल्लाह सही हो जाएंगी चीजें.
With the support of notes, it's okay.
As far as that's okay, then it's absolutely fine. और जो चीजें आपके माइंड में होनी चाहिए, जैसे प्रोनाउन चार्ट्स है, मुस्लिम चार्ट्स है, if that's something you have in your mind, then it's great.
It's great.
Yeah. चले, no more questions, बस.
And thanks for the class, Ravi, and अच्छा रहा मेरे ख्याल like
Yes, मेरा भी.
it helped to catch up the classes जो मिस हुई थी.
जी
थैंक यू सो मच.
यार मेरी
Did help,
एक्सपेक्टेशन ये कि आप लोग मुझे बता दिया करेंगे कि फाद भाई लेट्स नॉट गो फॉरवर्ड, वी नीड अ रिव्यू, तो मुझे गेसिंग गेम ना खेलनी पड़े. ठीक है, मुझे बता दिया करेंगे, इट्स एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. नेक्स्ट क्लास में भी हम इसको कंटिन्यू करेंगे क्योंकि इसमें कुछ और चीजें हैं जो कि मैं आपको बताऊंगा, कुछ प्रैक्टिस भी करेंगे, हो सका तो इंशाल्लाह कुरान पे अप्लाई भी करेंगे और इंशाल्लाह एक नेक्स्ट टेस्ट की प्लानिंग भी करेंगे. ठीक है,
सर
मिलके चले, सही है,
Sure.
ठीक हो गया. चले, if
Thank
there
you.
is nothing
Thank you.
else, then thank you very much. Assalamu
Take care.
alaikum, and
Bye.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
I'll see you next Sunday.
अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.
Hafiz.
हाँ.